we have a phenomenal story of the blessing of Isaac, of his two sons, right? The Torah in this week's portion says, Isaac told his beloved son Esau, who represents not an evil person, but represents the embodiment of what we call the Sitra Achra. Negative thought, energy, intelligence. The force that makes us do the wrong thing. The force that I wake up tomorrow and say, how did I do such a stupid thing? And we're all brainy. And yet, here and there, we wake up and say, how come I didn't see that? It was so simple. That negative force called the Sitra Achra, it's a force that you don't see the string on the table. How come you really don't see the string? How come 5 minutes later you do see the string there? There's a force that creates a curtain. A force, an evil force, obviously. Now Esau symbolized that force. And in this week's portion it says that Isaac tells Jacob, bring me venison, go out and bring me some food, because I want to bless you. And the Zohar asks the question, come on, here we just got through saying, and we did get through saying even tonight, we're not talking about a mortal human being, the normal average human being called Isaac. We're talking about a man who can control the forces of nature. He couldn't see the difference between Isaac and Jacob. I mean, Jacob was the embodiment of central column. Jacob was the embodiment of central column. He couldn't see he couldn't see what he encapsulated, Esau, and he didn't see what Jacob was symbolic of, what he portrayed. The Zohar raises that question, and it's true. If we were talking about a normal person, we could say he could be making mistakes. Isaac knew what he was doing. There was no question. He knew what he was doing. So how do you rationalize this kind of thought? In fact, the Zohar goes on to say that at that moment, as we learned this morning, in other words, if he was going to give the blessing, an eternal blessing. What do you mean blessing? We know blessing doesn't mean I bless you. It means a transfer. That was the laying of the hands of the Kohen. Hand healing. He literally had the power to transfer positive energy and heal, cure, and everything else. And he was Isaac, the man who could control, and that all laws of nature complied with Isaac's wishes. He was now going to transfer this positive force of energy to Esau, to the extent that the Zohar says that evil would become eternal. I mean, didn't he realize that there was this possibility, right? It will take us approximately 3 years to cover the answer, but briefly stated, the Zohar says, and I'm just going to give you because it's apropos to all that we discussed this evening, don't worry about this, because this already was discussed before, and that Isaac knew everything. He knew everything. Things don't change. When things do change, they appear to change only in an illusionary manner. And when he told Esau, you go out and I'm going to bless you, he knew that there was no affinity. There was no affinity between Esau and Isaac. And despite the fact that he told him, you go out and I'm going to bless you, but there could never be that connection. No matter what was going to happen, no matter what your intentions can be, if they're right, the wrong thing never comes out. You can do, has it happened in lifetimes? You do the most stupidest thing possible, and it works out. And then all of the beautiful plans that are laid and wind up to be the greatest mud pile. Does that happen? Yes. What is that indicative? That if it's on the right path, no matter what, if Esau was the one who was destined to get that blessing, and he knew that he wasn't.
So why do we say,
that's right. Exactly, because because in Isaac's mind, his power that he possessed could only connect with an affinity of power. Min bimino, that which could reconcile itself, which can connect. If Esau was in essence, that's why we say never judge. Never say this person is bad or good. Well, if he's bad, don't help him. If he's good, help him. And what happens if you don't know if he's good or bad? What should you do? Help him. But if I help him and I perpetuate the evil within the individual, don't worry. He may connect with the illusionary 1%. But with the internal, you can't fool the 99%. We think we can. Maybe he's not watching. But you see these atoms? I don't see him, but they never